So, get ready for a reggy rant. I'm in a right mood today. My fireplace hasn't arrived. It should have arrived. I've had a haircut and the cold weather's arrived and I cut it at the wrong time. So anyway, I'm going to come at this at a slightly different angle. Because the question came, we're just a bunch of moaning drivers, a lot of people think, and a lot of people say 15 hours, that must be an exception. So I'm going to come at this from a different angle. I'm going to come at this talking about not the behind the wheel and the driving bit, but this is more aimed at the people behind the office, behind the desk, the people that tell us what to do, and towards that. Oh, hold on, Charlie's seen somebody. It's not going to go quiet. There's a dog on. Anyway, they must have a voice. They must have an opinion. They must know the hours they get their drivers to do. They must know the favourite words that the transport office use. Like, how many hours have we got left? The window cleaner man's here. Oh, I've got to give this a cut off. Hold on, I'll come back to you. Get ready, you're going to get both barrels. So I've changed location, and here we are, look. The window man is doing his windows. Yeah. So where should we write? So let's begin. Let's begin in the beginning. You know what time you get some of us to start? 4 o'clock in the morning. Charlie! Enough, it's because the window man's at the door. He'll be gone in a minute. Anyway. So the first annoyance of the morning is come in at 4 o'clock. We need you to get your arse down the road. We need you to get past Luton, which is fair comment, which is a good plan. But how many of us have to sit there till maybe 6 or 7 o'clock because our truck isn't back? So first of all, they get you up at stupid o'clock in the morning. They don't keep a truck especially for you, although sometimes you go in the yard and there's loads of trucks parked up. But they don't take into account that you've got up at stupid o'clock in the morning, and the truck they've given you hasn't come back from its night duties. So you're sitting there burning your hours. Now, the thing is, what the law says and what the industry does, because I'm talking about experience of 30 years plus on the road. So I'm not talking about any particular firm. I'm not talking about any particular time. This is just, my reminiscences and how it is. What the law says and what you do is a different thing, because you want to save your own time. If you've been sitting around for 3 hours waiting for a truck, you don't declare you've been in work 3 hours and you've got a long run to do. You slam your taco in and tell them you've just started. That saved you the driver, 3 hours. So anyway, you've got your truck, you're on your way, you've got your job, you go off and do your job. So halfway through the day, you've been held up. There's been a bump on the road and the whatever. And remember, you've started with the nightman. That you came in when the nightman was in charge. So he's giving you work. He's giving you a truck. Charlie, look at him. He's a bit like me. When I see strangers walk past down the road, I don't recognise you in my street. Anyway. So. I'm going to have to make another one. Let's shut Charlie up and I'll be back with you. So we're done. Right, we're done. I've shut Charlie up. I've gagged him. Yeah, I've tied him to a chair and gagged him. Right. So anyway, so in the morning, and that happens in the afternoon. I mean, focus is gone now, so it's not going to do them any harm. But I used to start at 2 o'clock, 2 in the afternoon in focus, and we was always waiting for trucks coming back. And there'd be 3 or 4 or 5 of us sitting there waiting, and whoever was going the furthest took the truck. So you'd see a truck coming in, you go, oh, I'm next. I'll I was here before you. Yeah, but hold on, he's going further than I am. So you were not only waiting for your truck, but you were waiting that you were the furthest to go in the queue of drivers that was waiting for trucks to go out. Anyway, so that's the beginning of your day. That's what can cock up your day. And all right, you got your job to do, and it's been planned fine. So on you go. So maybe halfway through the day or 3/4 of the way through the day, you're thinking, because you have to be flexible. You do what you're told. That's what drivers do what they're told. So halfway through the day, you can see yourself, you're going to get into bother here, or you're held up in a particular place. Now, about being held up in a particular place, there's two angles at this. First of all, the angles of we are delivering stuff to you. So I am the driver. You're in charge of the truck. You say to the driver, the people behind the desk, well, tell them to hurry up, or tell them you want this or you want that. I am just a low-life driver worker. It's not up to the driver to hassle the poor people on the bay. If the agreement is that your company has promised to deliver this there, and they've promised to accept the load, it's up to and fair play. There are good firms out there, and I have had experiences where I've said, I'm here, I'm stuck. They've told me I've got to wait a few hours, and my boss at that particular time has rang up. And what the hell are you doing with my driver? My driver's there. You better get him unloaded now. And I've seen him explode. And I've heard stories of him exploding on the phone when I've been stuck somewhere. So what I'm saying, there's a yin and a yang. There's always the good side of things, and there's always the bad side of things. So it is even, But the only reason is we're complaining is mostly it's uneven. There are good ones out there, but they're few and far between. So you're halfway through the day and you see yourself, you're not going to get this run done, fair enough, it was planned and whatever. So anyway, you ring your office and you say, blah, 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 I'm going to get into trouble here. I'm going to run out. I'm going to run out of time. Now, you started with the night man, so you're now talking to the day man, the man that came in at, I'm guessing, 6 or 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. And he's going to do a day shift. He might be doing an 8-hour shift if there's 3 of them on, or he might be doing a 10-hour, or some of them even do 12 hours. Fair play, they do big hours. I can't tell you that they all do 8 hours. Some places run a 3-shift system in the offices, and some places run a 12 hours and covers it that way. So you ring them and you say, blah, 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 don't worry, I'll get it sorted. Oh yeah, I'll get it sorted. I'll organise something, or I'll change the job around. And they don't. They don't, and they know, and they go home. So come 5 o'clock, you're still out there doing your doing what you're told to do, sitting there waiting or whatever, and you've got yourself, circumstances has made you late, and your time is ticking away, and you're talking to them. Sometimes, you see, sometimes in this industry, you don't work directly with your work colleagues. You're working for somebody else. You're subbed out. So you're not talking to your boss. You're talking to the people that have hired you to go there for the day or for the week, or you're their vehicle. You're hired out to them, and they do what they want with you. Specifically talking about container people. Sometimes people work for the ports. And those can be really horrible people that you don't see face to face, that you can't, say, hold on a minute, you did this, you did that. You're just at the end of the phone. Anyway, I digress. So you're getting yourself into bother. You're running out of time. And the man that you've been talking to, and the man that said, yeah, I'll get it sorted, I'll arrange something for you. Now, some people do, the good ones do, but the bad ones don't. The bad ones will just piss off at the end of the shift. The bad ones will be, it's 5 o'clock, I'm going home. You get no answer. So now you're dealing with the night man, the night shift man. And you'll ring the night shift man and say, blah, 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 I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. I'm running out of time. I need to get home. I'm an hour late. Will you come and organise transport to come and get me? Now, sometimes you have a night out. If you've got your kit and your gear with you, sometimes you're on a day run and they want the truck back because there's a night job to do. So they need to have the truck back. But the man that then starts of a night time says, I don't know nothing about it. I didn't know you were stuck. I haven't got anybody available to come and get you. And you're then running into that problem. You're running out of time and you're going mad. You're going, look, I want to get back. First of all, I want to get back. And second of all, they need the truck back. So, okay, you've had a bit of a shit day. It happens, circumstances out of everybody's control. You have a shit day. But now, some good firms will see that you've had a bad day. So they'll say, right, don't come in at 6, come in at 7 or come in at 8. Or they'll find the latest job for you, so you have some sort of a rest. But most of them won't give a damn. They'll say, well, go and have 9 hours off and come back in the morning. So you've got the pressure of trying to finish and get home so you can go home and get some sleep, because you've got the pressure of, well, you booked in that truck. That truck is booked to get up in the morning, start here at 6 and go somewhere else. And it's all the time, and it's how much time you got. These people must know that they're pushing you. Fair enough. Okay, you get paid for everything you do. And we all complain. We've all had good wages. But the reason we've done good wages is because we're doing 60 plus, maybe 70 hours a week. So that's why the money has been not bad on the trucks. It's simply because we put the hours in. So that's what we need to hear from the people that are telling us what to do. We need to hear from their side of instead of being a bunch of moaning truck drivers on the internet, on the old YouTube, we need to hear about the stories of behind the offices. And obviously they're doing their job and the bosses are telling them what to do and what their pressures are on them and how they sort it. The other little thing I'd like to add to it is weekend work. Now, who are these people that say, oh yeah, you want your delivery on Saturday? Yeah, I'll get it delivered. They won't be doing it on Saturday. They'll get some poor mug of a driver to get and deliver it on Saturday. And yes, you get overtime for it. You get, another rate for it. But if you go and work on a Saturday or a Sunday to help them, we did this shit, we need a driver. We need a driver to take this Sunday, or we need a driver to do this Saturday. The annoying part about it is it's not right. If you work a Saturday, we'll let you have Monday off or Tuesday off. Or it's always extra work. It's not planned within, well, okay, he worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday, so we won't start him. We'll give him an extra day off. Not an extra day off, but we'll still give him his 2 days off. If you work a Saturday, you are working 5 days a week. 6 days a week, sorry. It's not a case that, if you work a Saturday, I mean, on occasion, some people do just work the weekends, but that's not the norm. The norm is you work Monday to Friday and you do a Saturday, which is always extra. So that's that. We need to hear, because they must know the hours they make their driver, or they squeeze out of their drivers. And the problem is, we've got no choice. Until the damn thing, I always say, until the damn thing gets home, I don't get home. It's not a case if you're working in a factory, my time's over. I finish at 4 o'clock. I'll do you an hour's overtime if you want, and then go home. Switch off the machine and go home. If we're in the middle of a motorway or held up somewhere, I can't say, well, I finish in an hour, I'm going home. Because you're not home. You're into traffic. You're maybe an hour's drive away. That's the thing. We don't get home until the damn truck gets home. That's the thing of it. So that's how we all the drivers end up doing 60 plus hours a week, which is, and as old gits have had enough. We've done it for long enough, we don't want it anymore. It needs sorting, yeah. And the trouble is, in the old days, when we were young, the old guys that were there, old then, would say, let the youngsters do it. They're hungry for money. The youngsters want the money. The youngsters want the hours. Great. But because there's no youngsters coming through, and they've got a life to pay for, they've got a mortgage, they've got a family, they've got things to pay for, they want the money. Well, fair play. But because we're all old gits, our houses are paid for, we've got a nice car, that's the thing. We don't want the hours, and there's no youngsters to take on the hard work that we did when we were youngsters. When us old gits started, all the old blokes would say, oh, let young Reggie do it. Let young Reggie do the hour. And we had the hour, we had the strength, and we wanted to do it. We loved it. So let's hear from the people behind the desks, behind them. The whole people, because there's a group of people, not just the people that are the face of the desk that tell you what to do. There are people behind them that sort things out and plan it. And we don't hear anything from them, do we? We don't hear a word from them. So come on, put your comments down here and have a go. Yes. See you later. Bye.